Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome again right here to New Covenant Church TV. And as always, thank y'all for joining me. And I have something that I believe is going to bless you. And hey, again, if these messages are blessing you, help me share this message right now. Share it right now and help me get the word out there that there are some great things going on here if you're being blessed by this. Now, I did have something I wanted to share with y'all this week, and it's actually just a story, something that happened to me that caused me to learn 2 life lessons when I went to go get a massage. A few years ago, I used to, not regularly, but sometimes I would go get massages. And I went 2 times to this massage parlor. And what you do when you get there is you write down exactly like what's bothering you, exactly what you want. And I signed up for a full body massage. And, you know, I said that I wanted it pretty hard because a true massage is actually supposed to hurt a little bit. So I wanted it pretty hard. And I told them what was bothering me, full body. And then they give it to the massages. Now, these 2 times that I went, when I left getting that massage, unfortunately, I actually didn't feel any different. You know, you're supposed to feel a little looser, a little bit, like you're kind of like on a cloud when you leave to get a true massage. They did exactly what I wrote down on the paper, but it just really didn't do much for me. But I did enjoy it, so I went back a 3rd time, did the same thing, wrote down what I needed, or what I wanted, and I turned it in. But this time I had a different person who gave me a massage, and it was actually like an older Asian gentleman. And I know what he did. He actually refused to go by what was on that sheet. And instead of giving me what I wanted on that sheet, he was so educated and he was so trained that he can actually feel, my body, my back, and sense what exactly it was that I needed. So he really didn't go by that sheet, but instead he gave me what he knew I needed. And it blessed me so much because I'm going to share with you the messages, the lessons I learned in a second. But when I left, I felt a difference in my body. It was hard. It actually hurt, but it actually felt good too. It hurt and it felt good because when I left, I felt a difference in my body. I felt looser. I felt happier, And so the first lesson that I learned from this gentleman who gave me a massage was this. The first thing I learned was that you shouldn't always give yourself what you think you want or what you want, but you should give yourself more what you need. Because there are plenty of things in this life that we all want. We all want things. There are plenty of things when we look around that we want. But it's so much better and it's so much more important if you focus on those things that you actually need. Life is not so much about all the things that you could do, but it's more about that one thing or the very small amount of things that you should do. And so it's okay to treat yourself and to give yourself some things that you want. If there's something you want, go out and buy it, go out and get it. But also make sure that you're giving yourself the 1 or 2 or 3, the very small amount of things that you do need that will truly bring you eternal peace and true happiness and true joy in your life as well. Because a lot of the times the things that we want are really just temporal things that can be here today, but gone tomorrow. The next thing that I learned from getting this massage was this. The gentleman that was massaging me actually said he can tell a lot by the patients by just feeling their bodies. And he felt the tension in my shoulders and in my back. And he says that what he can tell was that I carry a lot. I try to do too much and I have too much on my plate because I'm literally carrying things on my shoulders. And he told me that you have to learn to take in what you can take in and release what you can't take in. That's the second lesson I wanted to leave with you guys. Learn to take in what you can take in and release what you can't. We are bombarded by so many demands, so many things that we could do, but we have to sometimes learn to say no and to refuse things. And I'm going to tell you why. The book of Proverbs actually says to not seek so much riches, to not trust in your own cleverness, because the moment you set your eyes on riches, something that you want, it actually says that it'll sprout wings and fly away. And that's just life. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. You can't always, like that song says, you can't always get what you want. And that's just life. Things are just going to fly away when you get close to them sometimes. And so he's basically saying don't focus so much on those things because they're going to be gone. But focus more on those things that you need, that are going to help bless you, that are going to give you that peace that you've always sought. And there's so many things that we can do in this life, but you have to learn to just say no. Because if there's anything that I've learned in this life, I really don't know how to explain it. But I find myself a lot happier when I have less on my plate. That's just me. I don't know if I'm making the right decisions by saying no sometimes. All I know is that I'm a lot happier when I do that. And my friends, I think that you'll be as well. Learn to just release things that are too much on your plate, that are causing you a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety. So those 2 lessons, again, the first lesson is this. Don't always give yourself necessarily what you want, but focus a lot more on what you need as well. Although giving yourself what you want is not bad as well. The second lesson is to learn to take in what you can and release what you can't. Those two simple things, my friends, if you abide by those two simple things and allow God to help you do that and work through you, I believe you'll be a lot happier. So, my friends, if this message blessed you, I hope it did. I believe it did. Please share this message and help me get the word out there that there are some encouraging things going on here at New Covenant Church TV. And I'll see you guys right here next week on New Covenant Church TV.